Okay, London session live. Got the London scanner all set up here. Bunch of single days, but nothing set up at the moment. USD Swiss, CAD Swiss are triggered, but I don't think CAD Swiss is in this giant range over here. It's a trend breakout day, so basically I'm looking for a buy above this breakout level, but I just don't like being inside the middle of this range. Did fake out the H8 low, but again, it's inside this middle of the range. H8 has two inside bars in a row. You have the H8 low, range low over here. Not a very safe trade to take, so I'm not going to be taking CAD Swiss. And I think USD Swiss is also similar. So it's in a range over here. Not much I can do with this at the moment. So the only setups I have right now is on NAS 100, still in this US gold trade, and still in this NZD CAD trade. They're going in the opposite direction, but hopefully this wants to continue. So the only setup I have now is on NAS 100, waiting for this to close in about 5 minutes. Don't think I saw anything else over here. CAD Swiss, yeah, so that's it, just on NAS. So the setup on NAS. Higher time frame breakout levels, all bearish. Peak buys are, monthly is right here. So actually, let me have a look at this. Here's the monthly breakout high. This is a level I have to be careful of, but everything else is bearish. So we're broken out of the previous week low. Broke out of the previous day low, broke out of the previous H8 low. So this is a setup for me. On trend continuation days, on breakout days, I am looking for that fake out of the H8 high first. That's the first setup I'm looking for. Did not do that. So next setup I'm looking for is a breakout of the H8 low below that previous day low level. So the H8 low and the previous day low, pretty much at the same level here. There's a range on the H1, inside bar on the H1. Whenever I see an inside bar, I extend the previous bars, highs and lows. And so we're breaking out of a range right now. So 3 minutes, I'm going to take this one. If it closes outside, then this is a valid setup, but I want to see price get below this month breakout high. So we'll take it like this, and then I'll just hold it to the next level. So let's see if I can spot any level here. So there's a weak level over here. There's plenty of room for me to go break even. So the next level for me is down here, this fake out of the day. Or I can even look at this weekly open level. Yeah, so there's a bunch of levels here, but nothing super clear to me. So this is probably one that I'll be just holding on to and taking it, holding on to it until it starts to reverse. Okay, so 2 minutes until this one, 3 minutes until an entry on here. Still got no other setups, and that's it. Okay, 1 minute. Looks like this is starting to push. I like how the week is in a trend reversal cycle. So what that tells me is that the week has flipped its breakout level. This one right here, and it's gotten below the week low. So that starts. That's the start of a new trend, and so hopefully NAS wants to continue on down. Okay, getting ready to take an entry on this one. 10 seconds. Going to wait for continuation. We're flipping this month breakout level. It's a nice sign. Okay, waiting for a continuation here. Basically, I want to see price push below the peaks of this M15. We're below that month breakout high. That's good. So now I'm just waiting for continuation here. See anything else? USD Swiss, still nothing set up. Lots of signal days, but nothing is currently set up. This one's pushing up. Let me drop down to lower time frames on the 15 seconds here. 15 seconds. I'm looking at these M15 levels. And I'm basically looking for a breakout of the M15 low. Either that or a fake out of the M15 high, M5 high. So if you remember my setups, it's a trend continuation. My setups are fractal. They work on every single time frame. It's a bearish breakout on the M15. First setup I'm looking for is a fake out of the M5 high below the M15 breakout level, and I can take an early entry down. That's a trend retracement on the M15 levels. Second setup I'm looking for is a breakout of the M15 low and the M5 low. So again, this trend continuation setup on the M15 levels. So I'm not looking at these bars. I'm not counting pushes or anything like that. I'm just looking at levels. So I'm looking at this M15 breakout level, looking at the M5 level, looking at the M15 low level as well. So this is pretty much what I'm looking at. And if I go on any time frame, those levels remain exactly the same. And so this is how I trade. I don't find trading, looking at patterns or counting pushes and stuff like that, I don't find that very efficient. The second you start switching time frames, your levels all completely change. Your patterns all completely change. So I don't like to trade like that. I like to look at levels and just look for candles to close at those levels. And so the only variable for me is how much I risk per time frame. So on the M15, I'm risking 1%. And then when I go drop down to lower time frames, I go down to 0.1%. Okay, so right now there's no continuation here. So there's no trades for me. Waiting for this M5 to get triggered. And let's see. So next M5 will open up in about 2 minutes. Okay, gonna pause this. Not really doing anything at the moment. So still only NAS has the setup for me. Still in gold, still in NZD CAD. Don't see anything else at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Gonna pause it and I'll just wait for the entry here. Oil has just popped up here. Let's see what oil has. Well, this is breaking out right now. So I did see this in Asia. It was in one of the setups I was looking at in Asia. But I did not really like the structure here. This one looks a little bit better. We have inside bar in the H1 and it's breaking out of the range. So whenever I'm taking breakouts, I want to see consolidation and a breakout. So it's a trend breakout day. It's a breakout day again. Again, what I'm looking for on these days, this is a bullish one. Looking for that H8 low fake out. Didn't do that. Instead, it broke out above. And once it breaks out above, what I'm looking for is consolidation and then a breakout of the previous H8 high. So right now we do have consolidation above that previous day high, right? So we're consolidating above the previous day high. And here's that previous day high. That's the breakout level now. And so now I'm looking for a breakout of this high. Don't like how there's a range on the monthly here. Inside bar. Okay, I'm probably not going to take this. I do think this is going to continue up, but it's not really a safe trade for me to take. And I'm pretty sure US session will set up a bit better. Okay, so not going to trade this one. I do like the breakout. It is setting up how I want it to. I just don't like the levels at the moment. It's Monday. I don't need to be so aggressive. I can just kind of let the market play out this week first before taking a bit more aggressive trades. Okay, so I'm still waiting on NAS. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. NAS, these USD Swiss, CAD Swiss, I already saw that these are not really set up nicely. Again, these are a little bit dangerous. I don't want to be trading in the middle of nowhere here. Technically, we are at the weekly open and the daily open, but we're in the middle of a range, and you really don't want to be trading in the middle of ranges. So no trades on that. GBPAUD, this is something that I'm keeping an eye on, but I don't have, it's not set up yet. EuroCAD, let's see. I think I like EuroCAD, but EuroCAD is going to be a breakout trade. We have the H8 low at that previous day low, so that's good, but we have the previous month low right here. So again, I don't like to take breakout trades if there's going to be, if I'm trading right into something. Most breakouts fail, like I said, and so it's not really worth taking a breakout trade just for this small amount. I really want it to be a lot larger. So the only breakout that I'm interested in right now is GBPAUD. This hasn't set up yet. Reason why it's a range setup. Reason why it's I need it to get below this H8 low. It should pop up any minute now, and then I could take this one as well. So this was the one I traded in Asia. Took a loss here, and I might look for a re-entry on this one. Let me just have a quick look at my MetaTrader here, just in case I want to take it quickly. 5 minutes. Here on the 5-minute chart, we have the breakout level here. So again, it's a trend breakout, that trend continuation setup. Looking for that H8 high fake out. We did get that H8. On this one, H2 on the H8 time frame. I'm looking at H2 levels. There are 4 H2 bars and 1 H8 bar. So we have a fake out of this one. I could have taken this one down, but this was before my session. So now I'm looking for that breakout below the H8 low and the previous H2 low. Okay, so I have 2 possible setups here. NAS, I much prefer trading it in New York, so I might skip this one. This is also looks like it's reacting at that month breakout level. So this one, the GBPAUD, might be one that I'll hop on again. Yeah, so I didn't like these two. They're in the middle of nowhere. EuroCAD, I didn't want to trade right into that previous month low. And so GBPAUD is one I'll probably be looking to take in about 5 minutes here. So this is an example of, on the scanner, we got a bunch of setups, but it doesn't mean that I can take them blindly. I definitely want to be looking at each one and seeing, doing my separate analysis on each one. So I don't need to look at any of these. I'm not flipping around. Sometimes I watch lots of traders, flipping around, and when you're flipping around looking for trades, it's really easy to find something. When you're hunting for something, you're always going to find it. So this is why I set it up more like this. I'm only going to be looking at the setups that have been triggered here. Okay, 4 minutes, gonna wait for that. Okay, so GBPAUD has popped up now, so this is a valid setup for me to take. Again, once the scanner pops up, that tells me that all the criteria that I'm looking for are set up, and all I need to do is wait for my entry criteria. GBPCAD, I think that's a new one. GBPCAD, this one also looks not too bad. Let me have a quick look. Okay, so I can immediately see that there's a level here that I have to be careful about. So there's not much space for me here, so I might not look for a trade on GBPCAD. Yeah, so level right here. Okay, so just going to be looking at GBPAUD and NAS. Okay, I just had a quick look at the time. It's 3:45. It's 1 hour 15 more minutes until the new H1. Specifically, what I'm always worried about with these H1 or these higher time frame closes is I don't want it to close in breakout in the opposite direction. If it closes in breakout in the opposite direction, so if I'm looking for a sell here and it closes in breakout, it pushes that breakout level up, And then my setup is going to be either fake out of this H1 high or getting below this H1 breakout level. So I don't want to see a breakout in the opposite direction. In this case, it looks like it's most likely not going to come up and break out again. So I can take an entry in the next 2 minutes, but I still have to be a little bit careful about taking entries so close to that H1. This particular one looks like it's faked out the H1 low. So this is actually a retracement move. So yeah, I'm not going to be taking this. I'm going to wait until the H1, the new H1. Okay, 3 minutes. NAS has pushed below. GBPAUD still stuck in this range over here. Not too sure if I'm going to continue with looking at GBPAUD. Still have not taken a trade yet in London on NAS right now. It's probably not going to happen. On the M15, there's a bearish breakout followed by a bullish fake out. This is a trend continuation. We have higher time frames all pushing down. When we have a bearish breakout followed by a bullish fake out, I'm looking for a fake out of the previous M15 high. Did not get that. So next setup I'm looking for is a breakout below the M15 low as well as the M5 low. So we're breaking out right now, but it's just 2 minutes until the next M15. So going to wait for this M15 to close, and then I'll assess again. So okay, again, I'm looking at the clock. I always kind of look at the clock before I take a trade. 3 minutes until the H1, the new H1 bar. So I usually I end my session right at 4 p.m. I only trade 1 hour in London, but since I'm stocking these trades, I'm probably going to be looking for a trade on NAS. GBPAUD also dropping down. Okay, so I need to decide which one I'm going to go for. I don't want to go for both of them. NAS is always going to be stronger in New York, so I'm leaning towards GBPAUD, but at the same time, I like the NAS setup a little bit better. So this setup right now on NAS, this breaking that monthly breakout level, that's exactly what happened on GBPAUD, and I took a loss on that one. But this might be the continuation, so might go for this one. This one, there's plenty of space for this to run. While NAS, let's see, there is a weekly level here. I'm going to mark this off. I did see that before, and I completely forgot about it. So I think I'm just going to go for GBPAUD. This has already cleared that level, and there's nothing else stopping this one. Okay, going to go for GBPAUD, 30 seconds here. It's breaking out of that range. There's an inside bar on the M15. Whenever I see inside bars, I extend the previous bars, highs and lows. I need this to close outside of this range. And I'm going to take a range breakout on this. Okay, just setting up my MetaTrader. 10 seconds here. Let's see if this closes outside. And then I'm waiting for a continuation. Close outside. That's good. Let's wait for continuation here. It's a new H1. So again, these new H1s usually will give some type of pullback. And I'm just waiting for price to get below this level. I'll mark this off and have a quick look at NAS. Okay, so NAS is pushing down. This is what I was looking for. I wanted to enter on that one, but I decided right at the last minute to go for GBPAUD instead. And the reason why is because of that weekly level right there. If it does blow by it, it's okay. I'll get the pullback in New York. So right now I'm going to focus purely on GBPAUD. And let's see if this one wants to go. Let me have a quick look at the setups here. Euro GBP has now set up. Did not see that previously. It's a breakout at the top over here. Our time frames all bullish. Peak bias all bullish. This is a nice looking move. I'm going to stick with GBPAUD. I don't want to switch too quickly. There you go. And on this move, one bar stop. Remember, whenever I take breakouts, it is one bar stops. I'm looking for a move down. And that's it. I think I'm going to be done. Going to set the alerts so I'll know when this starts to double back. I'm looking for a move down to this level over here. Yeah. And then second target down here, which is the next daily breakout level. Okay, that's it. Looks like NAS is also pushing down. That would have been a nice one. But in the end, I opted for GBPAUD. Again, I did not like that previous week low from way back here in December. Okay, and that's it. Not going to take anything else. My session's done. I'm just going to let everything play out. So let me move this one. And that's it. Okay, NZD-CAD just hit TP, 2R on NZD-CAD. Bunch of other movement here going on. Done with my session, but I'm just going to have a quick look. Looks like EU, GU starting to push down. GBP USD is a setup for me. EU is also a setup for me. These Swiss ones I did not like. GBP CAD trying to push down. Lots of movement now. I might have to rethink my trading session during London. Lots of movement happening after my session is done. I've started to realize. NAS would have been a nice one. Unfortunately, I did not take this one. I was afraid of that weekly level, but it just plowed right through that. So I'm still just in GBP AUD. Hopefully GBP AUD will start pushing down like all these other EU and GU pairs, Euro and GBP pairs. And that's it. So took 2R on this one. Still kind of stuck on gold. I might think about exiting this if it just continues not to do anything for me. Because I don't want to have my margin kind of stuck in this one. But let me just let this keep going for a bit. And only one trade on GBP AUD. Okay, so that's it. And I'm done with the session here. I'll just pause it, let it play out. But if it's taking too long, I'm just gonna close. Okay, so that's it. Not gonna take any more trades. Just that one is fine for me.